come with me to get my hair done on a Sunday in Illinois. I'm at Faction 93 in Murfreesboro, Illinois. I'm at the salon right now with my little brother Austin. We just ate at the Chinese buffet, of course, and he is getting my color ready. I want to go more blonde, so you can see at the top it's nice and brown coming through. We're gonna keep some dimension at the bottom. Here's my hair for the before. It's getting pretty long. We are filming some content today. I'm here with my little brother Austin. So I'm set up here, and then we also have his setup. You can find him on Instagram. It's austin.doesmyhair.
Give me a follow. This is the back of Audrey's head. This is her natural color right here at the base, and the rest of that is grown out from her being gone from her hiking trip. So we are gonna be blonding that out because that is dark. So we are about halfway done. We still have this side and her top section up here too.
Austin, how old were you the first time you did my hair?
I want to say I was probably in middle school, maybe, because you were in high school.
Yeah.
And we would do her hair in our bathroom at our parents' house. I remember pulling Audrey's hair through a cap, like cap highlights that were super popular in the 2000s.
You had to use like a crochet hook to like pull it out through the cap.
Yes, it was like put a shower cap on and then you would like pull it through. We've come a long way. Now we do traditional foils like we're doing today.
I loved being blonde, but there was a point where I was brunette for a while and really dark brown, almost black. And Austin would do box dye on my hair. We'd have to use 2 boxes because I have so much hair. And when he'd get up to the root, I always wanted it all the way to the root. And so every time he did my hair, even though he'd done it many times, I would say like, make sure you get into the root. And so he would like rub the dye into my root.
She would always say it and I'm like, I promise, it's there, I'm getting it on there. And now the running joke is every time I do her hair now that I'm an actual licensed professional, she's always like, make sure you're getting it to the root, make sure you're getting it to the root. And it is, I promise.
So that's one of my icks as a client of Austin's. What are your other icks for me?
Another ick that Audrey is really bad about is while I'm foiling like this and then all of a sudden she'll just jerk away from me or like grab her phone, or if my mom or my dad is with us, she'll just start talking to him and just moving her body all around. And so it goes from a precision foil to a, I don't know what this is gonna look like foil, but it always turns out really good.
Yeah. I feel like you would probably say an ick of mine is when you're washing my hair and instead of me closing my eyes and relaxing, I stare up at you like up your nose.
If any of you are doing that to your hairstylist or barber, you need to stop now. It is a ick across the board, and I do not want you looking up my nose. Don't do it. It's so weird.
I always make a point to do it because I think it's funny.
Close your eyes. Not an ick, but something that I think we share just because we're siblings is Audrey will show me a picture of what she wants and just kind of vaguely describe it. And I'm like, I know exactly what you want. Twin telepathy, I got you.
Austin's really good about, like he said, like I'll have a vision in my head that I can't verbally say or even with pictures, but he somehow knows what to do to my hair, and I appreciate that.
Is actually pretty common across the board for guests in my chair and just in general not really knowing how to convey what they want. And so one thing that I like to do as a hairstylist behind the chair is do a very thorough consultation. So if you ever sit in my chair, you will get a consult from me. And I've had feedback before where people are like, I have never had these questions asked, or I've never gotten an experience like this. So I do pride myself on that, being behind the chair.
So if you want to book Austin, head over to austin.doesmyhair on Instagram. He can also be found at Faction 93 in Murfreesboro, Illinois. Hey, have you ever had, did one just fall out?
No.
Oh. Have you ever had a client and you requested never have them again? Like they were so bad that you like didn't book them again?
Absolutely.
What was your reaction when I told you that I was gonna do the trail?
At first I was worried because of course just so many things go through your mind about like, what are you gonna do for safety and for shelter and for food and for all these things. But then also at the same time, it didn't surprise me because we love to go hiking and love to be outdoors, and I thought that it was going to be a really cool accomplishment to get done.
Once I got on trail and like you started to see my vlogs and like my environment, did that put your mind at ease or make you more nervous or like scared?
A little bit of both. I think it made me more aware of what the trails actually looked like. I thought that she was just going to be out there all by her own. So a lot of worry with that, but then seeing the vlogs made it easier because I was able to kind of follow along. But then there are some times in the vlogs where she might have been a little banged up or, you know, just something that made my stomach churn, and I don't know if that made it better or worse to be able to actually see it happening in real life.
Or like the times when I was sad.
Yes.
Did it make you sad?
Every single time you cried, I cried, and it was very hard for me to watch. There were some very gut-wrenching things.
I remember asking Austin, like when I was prepping for the trail, like, is this something you'd ever want to do, or like, do you want to do it with me? And he was like, no, I like hiking, but not that much.
Yes, I love to be outdoors and I love to push myself, but I don't know. Now knowing that she completed it and that a lot of it is more mentality, not necessarily the physical, kind of changed my perspective, but I'm still like 1 mile, 2 mile type of hike guy. If I can break just a little bit of a sweat, it's a good day for me.
Yeah. I have a few favorite hikes of ours. One, do you remember Camelback in Phoenix?
Yes.
Okay, so let's preface this with like, it's a very short hike, like a mile, maybe 2 miles. And we're in Phoenix, Arizona. And because it's a short hike, I'm just like, I'm not gonna take any water, like I don't need it. And so there's like signs like leading up the path. It's like, this hike is very strenuous, only do it if you're prepared. So I didn't take water, Austin carried his, and it ended up being a very strenuous hike. Do you remember the guy that was doing it barefoot?
Yes, and I was just blown away that someone would be hiking on these rocks barefoot. Like, my feet hurt watching him do that.
And then the guy carrying the baby?
Yes. We're a little bit delusional by the time you got not even halfway, yes. I don't even think, and definitely a learning lesson to read the signs.
That was a fun trip. We also did Devil's Bridge.
Yes.
Remember that? It was a very like, it's a photographed place, so we waited in a line for like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes. And we also did Cathedral Rock.
Yes,
cool
Cathedral Rock was absolutely beautiful. The view of that was unreal. I think that was probably one of my favorite views I've ever hiked.
I loved that trip. The only bummer was on the last day we had the hot air balloon ride booked, and they called us, I think it was the night before, maybe first thing in the morning, and they had canceled it because of weather. I guess it was going to be too windy. So if you know of any good places to hot air balloon, we were wanting to do it in Arizona. I think the company was called Rainbow Riders. Mm-hmm. So give us some recommendations in the comments below.
Yes.
Hey guys, just hanging out with my little brother. Here is the after. I love it.
She has blonded out. What do you guys think?